Stay with me. Stay with me. Go.
I do have a cuter mic. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. And in fact, it's crazy because like if I'm thinking like right now, old me, which is still me, same me. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Instead of recording, searching for that mic. Hey, it's just me though. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like a little pressure in my chest, a little pressure. Did you guys like that intro? Let me know. Let me know if I'm recording this the same time I made it, which right now, not the same time I made it, the same day I made it, which would be today. I made that intro the same day I make it, unless I just scrapped this video and never ever post it. So then it would be the same day, and now I can't bring it up in the next video that I made it the same day. But hey, you can always lie. You can always lie. Maybe I should just get into introductions. I am a little nervous. I am talking a little low. My name is Snitch. That's my internet name. Duh. Just here to really talk a little bit. Now, if you saw the title of the video, you should already know what it would most likely be about. You know, like what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Deduction? No, it's something to do with not common sense. I'm not insulting you. I love you. Come on. So, I laid out a paper. I have a couple things. No, it was in the script to show you. It's in the script to show you the paper. Sometimes I really wonder, because I know that I'm funny to like a point, but when I try to be funny on purpose, is it funny? Is it funny? And sometimes I really don't try to be funny on purpose, but even when I am, people still laugh, so that has to mean something, right? There was someone out there who probably didn't laugh at a single thing I've said within like the span of like probably 10 seconds, because I'm probably going to cut a lot of this. But yeah, my name is Snitch. I was born on March 28th, and I've always loved YouTube. That's really what this video is about, in a way, besides it being just about me. So in my lifetime, I'm not gonna get into my whole lore today on this video. Maybe that'll be a video for a different day. Lots of crazy things. I've moved like multiple times in my life. I've had my ups and my extra lows. Been homeless, yada yada yada. You get it. Your girl is kind of up right now. Well, am I? I'm searching for a new job right now. Your girl ain't homeless, so who cares? Basically, having a life like that, I spent a lot of my time on YouTube. Now, as a kid, that's the thing. I wasn't really introverted. I think I am more introverted over time. Really, like when I was like young, but like everybody was like extroverted when they were younger, right? No? Oh, just me then. But yeah, like I would talk to random kids, this and that. But even then, I've always loved YouTube. I've always had an obsession with it. I used to be a Dolan twins obsessed. Ooh. I've had all kinds of eras. The crazy thing is, and I feel like if you look at me, you wouldn't really guess that I've never liked gacha life. I used to watch a lot of commentary YouTuber, probably not too good for my brain. Probably not too good. I used to watch Cyrus. Whoa. Ever since I was really young, I was literally a YouTube elitist, if anything. Like if that really even existed, I was that. I used to not even mess with like TikTok, all that. But me having TikTok now. But like when it was Musically, well, I had a problem. YouTube just caved me in. I've always, perhaps I've always been a tad chronically online. It was set in stone for me to be chronically online before I even had the access to be that. Like I remember when I was like really, really young. I remember like even when I was playing Monster House, I wasn't like obsessed with the phone. Never know iPad kid. Couldn't have been one. Too old to be one. It's just like I remember I used to watch girls wrestling. Might say a lot about me now, but that used to really entertain me. And then I used to watch a lot of animation. I watched a lot of animation then, and I'd say like now it's really slowed down. But like when animation YouTube was up, I was in there. I was in the cut. I can't even lie. Loved Wolfie Chu like her animation memes. They weren't my favorite. Like I had a favorite for sure. I can't remember. There was this one, and it's the ringtone that my phone is now. I think it's by Kesha though. And it's like, oh, it's Go Hard. And it's a specific video that I used to watch all the time. I had a problem. I say all that really just to like give you an idea of how much I love YouTube. I used to want to do YouTube all the time. Even when I had a lot going on. I used to write page upon page upon page of YouTube ideas, YouTube names. I got two older sisters. I'm the youngest. They used to be like, Lennox, just do it. Lennox, just do it. Even then, I was a child, so I don't know if I would have got too many views, but hey, but I always been obsessed with it. Many thoughts I had all on paper. But I used to be like that with plenty of things. Like, I have all my phases for all kinds of things, but it especially happened years ago because I guess now I really caught on to it. Being obsessed with something for like YouTube as always, like that was like the longest obsession. Doll customs. Oh, speaking of things that I do, which you see now I'm jumping around the place, I'm going off script. But what I personally do, I guess you could consider, is I'm an artist and I do makeup primarily. I have no makeup on, just a forced sit down. And I was like, it's either now or never, Let me refocus. I've had an obsession with things like the dolls or making something, or like nails, or like I used to love like watching these things, and I used to want to do all these things. And there is literally something that was so dumb. I remember one time, this was in 2020, so this was when I was really young, but even when nobody was paying attention to me, I specifically made a curated list of things to buy if you go to a riot. Like, I was looking for perfect items and I was doing like a tier. Like, if I can find it, I'll probably put it somewhere. Imagine my hand just holding something empty. It probably is. I'm not gonna do that. Like a curated list, like on a budget, of like scar wax mask, certain things you should buy, the outfit you should buy. It was a whole thing, and it was paragraphs upon paragraphs, like a twit longer. I knew nothing of the sort. I was just so dumb. And I made it and I posted it, and I always feel really accomplished when I did things like that. When I made those lists, like, I don't even know what, I got nothing out of it. Didn't have a car, still made a bunch of things for, like, that was, like, I'd say the most recent thing, but I guess that's more reasonable, Gotta prefer the car, girls. But before, like, I'm just trying to give you an idea and talking off the top of my head, obviously. Now I say all of that to say, that's where I think the perfectionism comes in, because since I wasn't able to actually ever buy any of these things, I never bought any of these things. I just kept thinking about it, kept making lists for it, kept doing things where I was like fantasizing about it, and again, like making lists and looking at the items and putting them in my cart and all that sorts of stuff. I even did that with clothes before I could like really, I always had the drip though, but when I like wanted specific things, it was just like list city. Now, this is where my like obsession with imagining comes into play, because running back to YouTube, you could say I could have done that at any time, and that's true. And there was times where I like made these like little videos when I was younger. I made a whole mukbang, and this was like one of the worst points in my life, but I made like this mukbang when I was young with my mom. We went to the corner store, ran up the EBT, ran it up, and I edited a whole, and I don't even have it. I edited on KindMaster specifically, I remember. And it was a funny video from what I remember. I cringe out at my own voice, so I probably wouldn't even like it now. I hope I find it, because I just recently got access back to my old iCloud. But aside from that, did those 2 times, but I went back to the same thing. Didn't post them, right? And went back to the same thing every time, just thinking about it, just wanting to do it, just ideas of doing it. I had an obsession with imagining. I do that with everything now, especially. Even though like some things you'd be like, well, you got to be reasonable with yourself. You were young and you couldn't afford to buy things properly, to do doll customs, etc., etc. You're right. So that's where I try to cut myself some slack. You're right. Oh, and I remember the other one. It was guitars. I had a whole thing with guitars. I don't know how to play guitar now. We'll probably never know how to play guitar. But that's just another example. My point is, like, how was I so attached to YouTube, and I was so attached to it for so long, and like eventually it'll crash, right? Like, but it was, again, and it's still deep in me, and I know that for a fact. And just all those ideas I just never chose to do, because some of them just take picking up a camera, and that's all YouTube takes. So that's why I'm sitting here right now, because for one, since I have all those other things that I wish to do and want to do, since I am an artist, I haven't drawn in probably over a year now. I know. I mean, I'm more reasonable when me stop doing makeup for a little bit, because I was like in school and stuff, and now, I don't really do makeup in the house, but I should be. I have the time on my schedule currently right now. I could be doing my makeup right now, but I'm not. Um, but like it's especially with more of the other stuff I want to do. I want to learn how to crochet. I wanted to learn how to do nails. I want to learn how to do um better art, like, and that was something I acted on, and I got so far with it. Like when I tell y'all, I started at the rock bottom with art, and I'm a late artist basically. I was never one of those kids who did art from like prepubescent, or I was 4 years old and I was just a master. The one memory I have of something like that is I think I was in like elementary school and I drew this monster, and everybody gassed me up in art class because it was fire. Girl, I always had that creativity though. But like I started from, I'm be real rock bottom. Like if I show you it, you're not, all artists say that. No, it looked so bad, and I went from that to something in such a short span of time, and it was like 2 years. And I also have a problem with that specificity with that, especially like because I have this attachment to how long it takes you to get good at something. I always want to be good at it then. I always want to be good at it now, and I could say that same thing again. Whoa, I'm just connecting things, with YouTube. Started from the basic. I did some anatomy stuff. I jumped around a lot, and you just feel that lump, like I need to learn it. Why is it not sticking? But it's always sticking because the progress that I had was insane. And even with me stopping then, that's why I'm saying like I regret stopping now, but I was in a low point, so I cut myself some slack for that. But now I'm at a higher, and I can always pick up the pen, but do I? No. So I ended up starting with some traditional, but I always wanted to be a digital artist. I always wanted to animate that too. Always wanted to animate. And I started off, I saved up money, saved up the bread, because that's how serious I was about learning how to draw. Like, I don't know what washed over me. Like, I spent my pandemic wasting my time. Like, I don't even, like this was after the pandemic. It wasn't like some people be like, oh, either during the pandemic you just let yourself go, or you run it up. I didn't do either. I had a great time, but like that's a whole thing. That's to do with the Lord. Afterwards, and I saved up that money for the tablet, and it was an Android tablet I got off like Banggood. Some of you may never even heard of that. But I was so hyped. I got the tablet, I got this little pen, and I started drawing on that, and I just got better and better. And then my mom, I love her so much because she has so many expectations and thoughts for me, but that's where the pressure comes in, I think. And I don't really like pressure. I could just sit here and admit that. I guess I don't really like pressure, expectations. Brings a shiver down my spine. But she bought me the iPad, and we started off high again. Like it just went higher and higher, and I started doing some pretty good things. Like I don't post my art at all. Maybe I should have. I could have done that too. Honestly, I just didn't feel like it, and I felt like I wanted to be at a specific point with my art. Again, maybe that's some perfectionism as well before I started posting it. But I could sit here and say some of them pieces I'm still very proud of. But see how I did all of that, and I just did it. I just did it. I did start on paper. Like that's like I didn't just wait till I got all the money for the tablet. I was starting on paper, but as soon as I got the money for the tablet, bro, never really went back to paper. I had sketchbooks, and I did all that, but then I crashed in a way because I understood why I paused. But being on hiatus is so easier than actually just doing something, right? So I was on hiatus, and I have this problem with needing to think of the points that I specifically was drawing for me to count it, which may be like I think a normal thing, but it's just like most artists don't do that, especially when like you'd be like, oh, I've been an artist for 16, 20, 50, 70, however old you are, years, because or especially when they did it since they were kids, they'd be like, oh, I've been an artist all my life. Even they count the time, they just say all my life, even if they weren't drawing for a point in time. That was a little side ramble a little bit. So just with YouTube, I hope to not crash. But like what do I want out of this? Basically, it's just finally doing something that I've always wanted to do. Finally actually like acting on another thing. And it's free to do. I got all these items. I might as well use the phone that I got. Like I was hyper specific about needing a certain camera, needing this, needing that before I just did it. And I don't want no big bands. I love big bands. I love money. I love money. I would love for this to blow up, but do I expect it to? I don't know. It's just to finally do something that I love. Some people join YouTube for the money, and I don't even know why I was so like I couldn't give you probably when I was younger a specific answer why then I wanted to do it, but I knew it wasn't just solely for money. It was because I loved. I think I wanted to spread that same love that I felt from others. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, the thing is, I always feel like I need to say something right after, and there's a lot of ums and ums in this. So I hope when I edit this right. I kind of suck at editing, guys. I can't even lie. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes, or how it turn out. But I hope I press post. Future editing me. I hope I don't cringe at myself. I love you, girl. I probably am. I don't know. I feel so nervous, but I feel a little bit better now. The swaying in the chair probably indicates the nervousness and all the expressions, but that's just natural. That's just yeah. So you may see me again, may never see me again. I feel like I didn't even display what I felt like could have been my full personality here, but I'm happy what I got off so far. So yeah, that's all on the script, boy. So that's it. That's really all. I love you all. You love me, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You'll see me again. I hope. I can't wink.